What is internal control? What is it all about? In this animated video, we'll try to explain it clearly in simple words. Well, managing a business is like driving a car. Once you get behind the wheel, you should ask yourself 3 questions. First, why should I start? What's the reason for my journey? This is called a mission. Second, where would I like eventually be? Those are long-term company goals. And finally, how do I plan to achieve my goals? What's the fastest and most convenient path? This is a strategy. But there are things that can prevent company from reaching the destination, and those are risks. For example, driver may choose the wrong way and get lost. Those are strategic risks, which are the most important to the business. In order to prevent them, the driver takes a map or install GPS. This is a directive entry-level control. On the way, external risks may emerge: low visibility, bad road surface, or inadequate actions of other drivers. So, the driver should study the traffic laws and train to drive in difficult conditions. Those are also entry-level controls. If driving rules are violated, driver may get a fine, or in other case just might lose his driving license altogether. This can actually stop the business and the journey. Those are compliance risks. Incorrect gauges operation that indicates wrong gas or speed level leads to the improper driver's decisions. Those are reporting risks. So, look carefully at the speed limit, follow the rules and take the proper decisions based on what speed indicator reporting to you. Those are current control procedures. On the way to the goal, you may face problems related to the driving process itself. If you do not fill up in time, you may run out of fuel. Let's call it a liquidity crisis. Outside view may not be clear if you have dirty windows and the screen wipers do not work. Car may get stuck on a muddy road due to the weak engine power, or the driver will not get enough comfort without air conditioning. And finally, brakes failure may actually lead to disaster. All those are operational risks, which should be mitigated by implementing control procedures in the business processes. For better safety of its assets, the owner places the car in a garage where it is secured and adequately maintained. The head of the garage regularly checks the control environment, the presence of the lock, alarm operations, the conditions of the roof for leaks. This is a monitoring entry-level control. And before each trip, the driver checks by himself the availability of gasoline, the work of the gadgets, and the temperature in the cabin. This is a control self-assessment. On the long way to success, the car should pass a regular technical inspection. This is called an internal audit. It examines all critical systems and processes and gives recommendations for improvements to avoid car breaks in the future. As a result, a final audit report is agreed with management in terms of observations and recommendations, so the company can always have an independent and objective view of its operations. Internal audit combines the functions of subsequent control and external monitoring of the internal control system. Internal audit provides overview of the risk management and internal control system to the top management and the board of directors, which takes risk-based strategic decisions. Many regulators use risk-based approach in their work. For example, tax inspection evaluates risks of the taxpayer before starting the examination. And finally, shareholders and other stakeholders are interested in objective information about the risks for choosing the further path of the company's development. So, internal control includes risk identification and assessment, control procedures design and operation, including all types of control: preventive, current, and detective. While internal audit helps an organization to accomplish its objectives by bringing a systematic, disciplined approach to evaluate and improve the effectiveness of risk management, control, and corporate governance.